It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
It is showtime. Showtime. What's happening, everybody? Yes, I'm back. It is time for the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live. If you are watching me right now on YouTube, you're watching me live and in living Technicolor 4D, 4K, 5K, whatever you got going on. The Geno Jones Show, 5 days a week. Now, this week it'll be 3 days because we have Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, which is called Black Friday. But this Black Friday, it's going to take on a whole different meaning. I'm going to tell you about that in about 60 seconds. Recap in case you missed yesterday's show. So I come to you live right here on my YouTube channel Monday through Friday normally, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you're in Chicago or maybe you're in St. Louis or Memphis or Houston or Dallas or New Orleans, Central Time, 5:30 on the West Coast in LA, or maybe in Seattle, Portland, where my daughter and my son-in-law, and Brooklyn, the Bulldog, the English Bulldog, my baby, it's about 3:30. And if you're out in Hawaii, it's 1:30. Please, everybody you like, love, you hate, don't like, aliens, strangers, folks you see on the subway, on the L, on the rapid transit, Chicago, we call it the L, like elevated line, wherever you see them. On the interstate, tell them they need to subscribe. They got to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show. And they need to share this and every episode and like every episode. So in case you missed yesterday's show, today is day 2 of the Christmas Blackout. The goal is to buy black only. Actually, there are 2 main goals. One, it's a great way to protect and support voting rights. The John Lewis Voting Rights Act and the Freedom to Vote Act. They're 2 pieces of legislation, of laws that need to be passed so that this country, the federal government, can protect our right to vote, especially we, black people, black and brown Americans, primarily African Americans, our Afro-Latino brothers and sisters, even our Asian brothers and sisters, our Native American, indigenous brothers and sisters, even poor and working class people of all ethnicities, including my white brothers and sisters. All right, y'all not voting for Orange Hitler and racism and white nationalism and a dictatorship. They don't want you voting either. So this is a great way to protect and support voting rights. Now you say, well, wait a minute, Geno, how do you do that? Because wait, what do you mean? Why is it just buy black only? Because the majority of these large Fortune 500 companies, the CEOs, the executive for these companies, they have been donating money, large sums of money, to politicians and a party whose ultimate goal is not only just to deny people that look like me and my family the right to vote, but they are openly encouraging violence, domestic terrorism, to intimidate black and brown people and others from voting because they don't want a democracy, they want a dictatorship. And there's one party that supported a dude, as I call Orange Hitler. Those who are not new to the show, you know what I'm talking about. So the best way to protect voting rights is to get people's attention and for them to know that we are serious about protecting our right to vote, supporting our right to vote, and defending this democracy. So we can't get the attention of the politicians who are trying to basically deny us the opportunity, who are trying to strip away and take away our voting rights, if we can't appeal to these politicians' sense of humanity and decency and compassion and empathy and a sense of morality. Sometimes you can't get people to do the right thing and the moral thing, but you can get their attention when you start digging in their pockets. So let's target the companies that have taken billions, not just millions, billions of our dollars in the black community that we've spent with all these large Fortune 500 companies, and they've taken our money and given it to politicians who are trying to take away our right to vote. Basically, to nullify us as people, as citizens, to strip our right to vote. And that's only the beginning, because once they take away your right and my right to vote, then they can basically deny our own humanity. And I talk about that in detail on yesterday's show, 11/22. Go back and watch it. So I launched it. So the Christmas Blackout is on. As a matter of fact, I will be highlighting black-owned businesses and black business owners. So whatever you need for Christmas, don't worry about it. From toys to electronics to makeup to furniture, whatever it is, we're going to introduce you to a black-owned business and a black business owner that can help you so we can maintain and we can honor this Christmas blackout and get some people's attention. All right. Listen, I got a very special guest. This is a young man I got a chance to see perform live a couple months ago for the first time, and he blew me away. And I'll tell you, well, just stick around. Stick around. All right, now I got to talk to you about the Grammy nominations. So the monologue it's a musical day today. I just wanted to let you know this is day 2 of the Blackout. Thanksgiving is going to be on Thursday. So I wanted to lighten it up a little bit because, I've been hitting you hard and heavy. But, it's the holiday and we want to exhale and take a deep breath and relax and just live in the moment and celebrate the people who we love the most and give thanks to whatever higher being that we believe in, pray to. Even if you don't, just give thanks to the people that we have in our lives that mean the most to us. So I wanted to lighten it up. So let's talk about the Grammy nominations. Who doesn't love music? Music soothes the soul, doesn't it? Big day for singer Jon Batiste. The brother got 11 nominations. Talented dude. You're saying, wait, who's Jon Batiste? Just Google the brother. You've seen him performing on a lot. I saw him definitely doing a lot of performances, especially last summer in the height of the, racial reckoning, especially after the murder of George Floyd. So Jon Batiste is a talented brother, I believe from New Orleans. 11 nominations. My girl, Her, Miss Gabby Wilson, AKA Her. She received 8 nominations. Also Doja Cat. Man, she had a hell of a year. Doja Cat also was nominated for 8 Grammys. Justin Bieber was nominated for 8 Grammys. And Lil Nas X was nominated for 5 Grammys. So I know Lil Boosie's head is exploding right now because Lil Boosie, this rapper's got an issue with Lil Nas X. And you can Google that. I am not going to spend any time talking about the beef that Lil Boosie has with Lil Nas X. Now, a little too much beef. Sometimes they say thou protest too much. Sometimes the thing that you might complain about a little too much, or the person that you might complain about a little too much about certain things is like, dude, you really in your feelings, Lil Boosie, you really in your feelings about Lil Nas X. What's really going on? I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I am saying. So congratulations to all the Grammy nominees. The Grammy is going to be January 31st, 2022. So get ready for the Grammys. We're going to see if they're going to do this thing right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on my guests right now. So this young man I got a chance to see perform, a couple months ago. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is the owner and CEO of Designer Cuts. He is a hair care specialist, barber, whatever you need related to your hair, men and women. Brother Markel Bailey can do it. He's the official hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Designer Cuts. He's got a salon in Goose Creek, suburban Charleston, South Carolina. So he had a 3-year anniversary. I got a chance to be the king of MCs, and I got a chance to see this young man perform live. So I was really blown away. Brother's a saxophone player, and he and some other guests were on the show. So I'm going to bring him on camera right now. I see him there. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you're going to see him too. I see a ceiling fan. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, this man plays a mean saxophone. I'm talking about mean. I'm going to go, so old school. Dudes like Bob James, George Howard, David Sanborn, you name like the saxophone player that is like this brother here. Oh man, and he got this the like the stage presence and the charisma, and he combines that with playing one hell of a saxophone. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see him on camera. I am honored to bring to you, matter of fact, repping the state of South Carolina right now, I believe up in Columbia. I've seen him perform. He's about to tell his story. But for the, I want to welcome to the first time to the Geno Jones Show, Brother Hank Bilal. Brother Hank.
Hey, Geno, man, thank you for having me on your show tonight.
Oh, listen, man, we've been trying to put this together. I'm glad that we linked up. Thank you for coming on. I am so excited. So I just told the story basically. I got a chance to see you perform for the official hairstylist for my show, Markel Bailey over there, Designer Cuts. And dude, you and Star Queen. As a matter of fact, you remember her band, right? You get
every now and then I play with her.
Okay, I got you. So, but I was blown away. I said, "Yo, brother, I introduced myself. I said, man, I need to get you on my show." You were like, "Yeah, let's make it happen." So here you are. So for those who don't know your story, I'm introducing you. So I want you to introduce yourself and tell your story. How did you first get started playing the saxophone?
Well, trombone, actually.
Oh, trombone. Okay, my bad. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the correction. My bad.
Well, just like any other musician, growing up in the church or whatever, having musicians in my family as well. Like my uncles, they played all brass. My uncles played brass instruments, like the trombone, the trumpet, sousaphone, and stuff. But pretty much growing up in the church and learning music in school, middle school, high school, then eventually played other brass instruments, like the keyboard. Like the sousaphone and baritone, and eventually I ended up playing the keyboard. As another family of instruments.
Okay.
So
right. I was going to ask you. So how many different horns do you play, and how many different instruments totally do you play?
Well, I play the trombone, the baritone, a little bit of the trumpet, the sousaphone, the piano, and some organ.
Okay.
So about 6 instruments.
So
total.
It goes to show you, I'm not a musician. I'm an entertainer, because I screwed trombone, saxophone, but it had, I guess it just had that same vibe, man. And the way you played it, it was.
Oh yeah, but I definitely study saxophone players, and I learned from people like Gerald Albright.
Okay.
Which I recorded the song with back in 2018.
Wow. What's the name of the song?
The song is called "Keep Holding On." It's off my second album called The Black Aquarius.
Okay. All right. Well, good. So let's fast forward. Well, before I fast forward, who are some of your other musical influences outside of your family when you were growing up that say, "Hey, I want to play like this person right here"?
Well, growing up, I definitely was inspired by my band directors.
What school? Rep your school.
Definitely my band director showed me.
At what school? No, what school? Rep your school.
What school? What school? Fairfield Middle School, then Fairfield Central High School, all in Winsboro, South Carolina, which is kind of in the middle of the state.
Okay. So, all right. Now, did you play in college or?
Yeah. And I went to college eventually to Benedict to major in music performance under people like Dr. Kershaw, Dr. Ronald High, just to name a few, and some great college instrumentalists and professors as well.
So, all right, once you got your degree in music and you're playing this mean trombone, so I'm sure you hit the road. You start getting checks. You're doing it professionally. So, tell us a little bit about that story and how it leads to where you are today.
Actually, I had my first like professional experiences towards the end of me being in high school, like 11th,
Oh,
12th
cool.
grade.
Okay.
I got a chance to go to places like the New Orleans. I got a chance to play in the New Orleans Jazz Fest
Wow.
when I was like 16.
Man.
I was 17. I played on the Grammys with Aretha Franklin
What?
in 2008.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. Stop. Wait. Wait. We got to slow that down. Let's do that again. So in 2017, you got a chance to
No, no, no,
play.
no, 2007. Yeah.
2007, you got a
Yeah.
chance to
2000,
play
yeah.
with the Queen. So
Well, no, no. Well, 2006 or 2007 was me going to the New Orleans Jazz Fest, but that led to me having a chance to be on the Grammys, which was the following year in 2008.
wow, and you got a chance to play with Aretha. So tell us about that. Give us some more details on that.
Well, it was a good experience. I got a chance to play with all kind of great heavy hitters. Great keyboard players, um, organ players, musical directors and background singers and stuff. We actually got the group I was performing with. We did the gospel portion of the Grammys, which
Okay.
consisted of Aretha Franklin, BB Winans, the Clark sisters, the group Trinity 5-7. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Israel the New Breed. So they were all a part of the same portion that we was a part of.
So
And
that
I
was,
got a chance to play a solo as well
and that was 2008.
in 8.
Now
Yeah,
that you mention it, because I remember that like gospel music special,
yeah.
and
I was playing the lead trombone with the brass band that was on there.
oh, we got it. Since we're on YouTube, I gotta do a search, YouTube search
Oh, of course, yeah.
find that
You can look up Grammys, the 2008 Grammys,
the
of Aretha
gospel
Franklin,
performance.
Hank
Yeah,
Bilal.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that because I remember seeing that in real time, and it just, 'cause, I mean, you talking about not singers. I mean, iconic,
yeah,
legendary. I mean, come on.
yeah,
And what Aretha started in the church, and BB, just everybody you mentioned. Man, are you
yeah.
kidding me? I remember watching that. It just, man, I just got chills. Why? I felt I was in church. I felt like it might have been a minute since I had gone to church, but I'm like, all right, thank you, Lord. I'm in church now, seeing this live on TV. So you got a chance to play with on the Grammys uh, with Aretha and BB Winans, and then from there, tell us some more about the journey that led you to where we are today.
Well, after that, shortly after that, I got a chance to go to college and study music. And with me being in college, I networked, and I networked even more as I got to my last 2 years or whatnot. So I was playing with, I was being introduced to different musicians. Actually, some from Charleston. I went to Benedict College with some people from Charleston. So I got a chance to meet Charleston musicians,
Okay.
in college. And eventually I started doing the different, clubs and lounges. I used to do it. I used to play with a group called Mike Stone and the Critical Band every 2 weeks. In what's the place? It was on Ashley Phosphate. Blue Magic. I don't know if you remember Blue
Yeah.
Magic.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know. I
yeah.
I, I, I performed many times or hosted and emceed many events at Blue Magic. Yes, I know Blue
Yeah,
Magic very well.
yeah. Around 2000 and like I think 11 or 12, maybe 12. Around
Yeah,
2012, I was playing with the group, Mike Stone, the Critical Band. We was doing the show, and right before the DJ, do his thing.
yeah.
We was doing it every two
I
weeks, and
remember.
then
I remember your band now. You were in that band. That's why you. When I first saw you, I said, "Man, this brother's face looks familiar." Because I
yeah,
used to host a lot of nights at Blue Magic, and I remember now. I definitely remember. That's why your face was familiar. But now,
yeah.
so you said you had an album 2017, 2018, and you performed on it with, was it Gerald Albright?
No, that was my album from 2019.
19.
That was Gerald Albright. We performed a song called "Keep Holding On," which has an inspirational meaning to it as being an everyday song.
How
Um,
did you guys get together? How did that connection
well,
happen?
through social media, no, I told him how much I admire his music and stuff. And then I was just curious about him, about him, being on different features. Was he open to being a feature? He told me his price, so it wasn't what I wanted to pay. but that's what I wanted. You know, I wanted Gerald Albright on my album. You know,
Right.
because really that's really Gerald Albright was kind of an introduction to jazz music for me.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about jazz music a few years ago.
Really?
I only knew about Gerald. I only really knew about maybe 2 or 3 people some years ago, and
Wow.
you know, Gerald Albright was one of them. So I used to always listen to his music. I admire his style of playing. I learned a lot, and I feel like some of the stuff I do, you know, is because of Gerald Albright. So you know, I hit him up one day, and he told me his price and stuff, and you know, we rolled with it, and you know, he helped me put the song together. The song came to life as soon as I put him on it, and
So let's
it,
talk,
it, it,
I want to ask you about your bucket list. Who is on that bucket list for you to play and perform with?
um, well, I'm working on my next album right now, and a few people I work with, I reached out to them, and I was able to you know, like some jazz artists like Kim Joyner. He's one of them.
Okay.
He's gonna be doing a song with me. We got a song coming up, which is gonna be a single. Which is gonna be a single, but it's gonna be a cover. It's gonna be my version of "Don't Stop Believing" by the group Journey.
Oh wow! I can't wait to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna. We cultured it up very much so.
That's why I said I can't. I already knew. I already knew. You said y'all put a little sauce on it, right? You know, because a lot of times, you know, that food can be bland, you know. But when we get it, we gonna go ahead and season it, put some seasoning on it, and it's gonna taste entirely different.
Yeah, when you hear it, it's gonna sound like a praise worship song.
Oh wow! Oh, I can't.
So I'm at that's gonna come out in January. He's gonna be on my album. Another artist I want to work with, Calvin Richardson. He's gonna be on there as well. He's doing the song. But yeah, I'm still you know, I'm still working
on the album. Well, give us some more details about it. What's the name of it? If you got a name.
Well, this album coming out soon is gonna be called Beneath the Covers, which is gonna be covers. R&B and pop covers, such as stuff like "Groove Me" by Guy. I'm doing a version of that. I'm doing a version of "I Can Love You" by Mary J. Blige.
What?
I even dig a little deep, and I came up with some Frank Sinatra. So I'm doing a Frank Sinatra song, "The Way You Look Tonight." I'm doing like a neo soul version of that. Along with some Shalimar,
wow.
Some Shalimar, Jaheim, some
from God to Frank Sinatra. I love it. I love it. Hey man, listen, I ain't playing producer, but since you're doing Frank, you might as well do "I Did It My Way."
You might give me that in the next show.
I know. I love to hear that, man. Wow. So, are you producing? Are you co-producing and writing? Who's working with you on this album?
Well, it's a team. It's a team effort. I linked up with some great musicians I know, and we're both kind of playing our role as far as production and stuff. I did some background vocals just as well as doing the horns on it, and we all coming together and making it come to life.
So when is the album coming out? Do you have an exact date?
No exact date, but my estimate date is around because it's still in the process of mixing and mastering.
Okay.
So that is going to be around maybe mid-January.
Okay. Right around the King holiday.
Yeah.
I like
it. And kind of around in the Aquarius season.
Do you know what the first single is going to be?
Oh, the first single. Well, actually, the first single is actually out right now.
Okay.
It's called "Desires." That's my only original song from the album.
Okay.
And it features jazz piano player Marcus Johnson.
Okay.
That's on different radio stations across the world. People playing in Germany, some folks playing in South America, Africa, Australia. So it's almost it might even be playing in Antarctica.
So do you have a video coming with that single soon?
Oh, well, yeah. I guess that'll be the next plan is to make a video for that. And if I get a chance to make a video for that, I might at least make one for Don't Stop Believing. But I plan on making a video at some point.
You need to do that. So when you get ready to drop the album, I want you to come back on the show. And as a matter of fact, whatever video that you've got ready, you bring that with you. We're gonna play the video on the show, and then have you on talking about the whole entire album. If you got one of the musicians or vocalists that played and performed with you, then you can bring them on the show. So let everybody know where they can go, because the single is out. What's the name of the single again?
The single is Desires.
And let everybody know where they can go get the music. I guess they can download it wherever they download their music.
Yeah, right? It's everywhere. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, a Tidal. So it's pretty much on all the sites, both paid and unpaid sites.
And if people want to follow you, if they want to listen to some more of your music, or if they just want to be a fan and follow you on social media, or if they want to book you to perform for a wedding or whatever they got going on, give everybody your social media contact information.
Well, I guess they can start with my website. My website is www.hankbilalmusic.com. Also, my Facebook is Hank Bilal Music. Instagram is Hank Bilal Music. Twitter is the same thing, Hank Bilal Music. If somebody want to reach out to me by email, my personal email is bilal_music@yahoo.com. Or somebody can write me a message, on Facebook, if they have any kind of inquiries on, lessons, performances, even workshops, whatnot.
Beautiful. So, Brother Hank, Thanksgiving is a couple days away, my friend. Are you cooking, or are you just going somewhere and eating, or somebody's gonna come to the house and do the cooking, and you just gonna do the eating?
I'm eating.
Yeah, that was quick, no hesitation.
Yeah.
You said, "I'm eating. I ain't cooking, but I'm eating." Is mom cooking?
Mom, she's debating on it, but
Okay.
whether she cooking or not, I know I'm eating somebody's food.
So, do you do any special dish for Thanksgiving?
Well, two of my favorites during Thanksgiving is the stuffing, of course.
Okay.
And I love mac and cheese. Those two things, I feel like are more important than the turkey.
Hey, listen, I never ate turkey, and I don't do mac and cheese. I'm a whole different kind of animal. Trust me. I'm eating catfish on Thanksgiving, and I'm eating catfish tonight, and I eat catfish almost every night. But like everybody all the women especially, my mother's watching me right now. My mother, my wife, my two daughters, they love some mac. Most black folks I know, we gonna do some mac and cheese. If we don't do much else, we gonna do some mac and cheese. But like I said, that's a whole nother show. Me and the way I eat, that would be a whole show, a whole episode in itself, man. But look, I want you and your family to have a very happy Thanksgiving. If there's one thing that you want to say to your fans, or maybe some new fans, people checking you out today, in terms of what you're most thankful for during this Thanksgiving season, is what?
Most thing I'm thankful for is life. Life right now.
Say that again.
Of course, success and being able to reach more masses as far as music is concerned, and it's being introduced to all kind of great people and stuff. Just life overall. I'm grateful for that. And if anything else don't come, I have my life, health, and strength. Which is the most important.
You're right. I couldn't have said it any better. Yeah. Brother Hank Bilal, man. Thank you, Brother Hank. And thanks for getting me straight. I'm telling you, he's a mean horn player, trombone player. I don't know where I got saxophone from, but hey, listen, the brother blew me away. Make sure that you check him out, hankbilalmusic.com, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the single, once again?
Is Desires.
Desires.
Oh yeah, also they can get my Christmas album as well, which I released last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a Christmas album with different versions of songs like Jingle Bells, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, Drummer Boy, just to name a few.
And can we go to your website? and
Yeah,
order that?
all that stuff is on my website.
Or we can go to like Apple Music or wherever you download your
Yeah.
music. We can download.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do that, man. I'm definitely gonna do that Christmas because my wife, that her favorite holiday is Christmas. So she loves the music, and we like to always try to find some different, or just music by different artists. We got the
Mhm.
traditionals. Of course, we got to do some Donny Hathaway and we got to do some Luther and Nat King Cole, but
Yeah.
then we do some TLC and some of the more current, some then classic James Brown. Santa Claus got to go straight to the ghetto, but
Oh yeah.
it's always nice to find some fresh new artists. I remember when Mary J did that Christmas CD a couple years ago. Man, she killed it. It was incredible. I'm sure you heard it because she did a
Yeah. I
TV
remember
special
this.
with it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so listen, go support this brother right now. Remember that it is the Christmas Blackout, and the goal is to buy black only. So support this black man as an artist and as a businessman. He plays a mean trombone. He just plays a mean horn. Brother Hank Bilal, very happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Very happy holiday. If we don't talk before that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But we're gonna make sure that when the album is ready and the videos are ready, we need you to come back. Definitely when you get ready to drop the album, which should be coming out you said mid-January, right?
Yeah.
And it's called Under the Covers.
Beneath the
Oh,
covers.
thank you.
Yeah.
Beneath the Covers.
Yeah.
Boy, that title. My mother's watching. I could go a lot of different places with that title. But since my mother's watching, I'm gonna behave. Hank Bilal, thank you, brother. It's a pleasure having you on the show. Once again,
Thank you.
happy Thanksgiving, and everybody, trust me, this brother is awesome. You will love his music, man. So thanks. We'll see you soon. Thanks again.
Thank you, Geno. You take care.
You too, man. All right. Hank Bilal, the brother is super talented. All right. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. And God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. Tell everybody, or as Nelly would say, everybody you know, to subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. Please share this and every episode and like every episode. 5 days a week, except for this week because it's a holiday week. Thanksgiving is Thursday. But outside of a holiday, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Please, you and everybody you know, like, love, don't know, hate, can't stand, never met before, tell them to subscribe to the Geno Jones channel. Please share this and every episode and like every episode. Shout out to Mr. Mark L. Bailey, the official hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram, KLB Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. He's the CEO and owner of Designer Cuts in suburban Goose Creek. Goose Creek, I know that's a hell of a name, isn't it? Goose Creek, South Carolina, which is just one part of the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Also, shout out to Allie Jones, one of the official wardrobe consultants, stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check out Allie Jones, aka Alexandria Jones. You can check her out and her designs on Instagram. Just underscore is the line at the bottom, underscore Lexie, LEXXIE, space Nicole, NICOLE designs. And Bruce Gage, he's also stylist, official stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out, wardrobe consultant. You can check him out on Instagram and Facebook, right? So basically, in the search box, like the little magnifying glass, in the search box, type in Bruce Gage, Gage, especially his Instagram page. He's got like the latest fashions for this season for men and women. The brother's got some, oh man, the drip, as the kids say, man, the drip is just special. His gear, his fashions are just like a year and a half ahead of the time. So what you see on his page now, you'll see in all the other stores in about a year and a half, maybe 2 years from now. He's that fashion forward, as they say. All right, everybody, it is time for me to get out of here. I love each and every one of you. Mother, you know I love you more than life itself. So tomorrow, Wednesday, is going to be my last live show for this week. But you can spend Thanksgiving and Black Friday binge watching all of my previous episodes. Great guests from Lettucey, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis, Cool from Cool and the Gang, Reggie Calloway from Midnight Star, Chris Jasper from the Isley Brothers, people like Senator Cory Booker, and just a lot of great guests, and some fire commentary and monologues, and some fun, some comedy, some humor too. We have a lot of fun, especially on Friday. So go back and binge watch all those episodes. But the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Wednesday, tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Special guest, it's going to be new R&B singer, Colonel Loud. Actually, Colonel Loud, he's got a single with Rico Barrino. Now you say, Rico Barrino, why does that name ring a bell? Rico Barrino's sister, Fantasia Barrino. So, Colonel Loud and Rico talking about their brand new single and a brand new album. All that happening tomorrow, right here on the Geno Jones Show. All right, before I get out of here, let me just say one more thing. As always, everybody, please be blessed. And once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you live Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Go back and binge watch all the shows you missed. The Geno Jones Show. The biggest, the best, the baddest in the business.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.